Hello, my name is Anthony Smith, and welcome to my first motivational vlog. Well, it's basically not a vlog, but it is something to talk about motivational topics. I decided to come up with this motivational topic today because something happened to me directly to my life that happened this afternoon. So this topic is about adulthood doesn't mean isolation. So this afternoon, we went to the gardens, and yeah, everything was all good. Going to the gardens is not basically my highest entertainment trip, since I'm not much of a garden person. I'm more like a play on the playground and going to the arcade or going to a game store type of person. Those are the only kind of trips I like. But today we went to the gardens today, which I have no problem. So while we were at the gardens, the employee gave staff a bunch of flowers. So one of 5 of us, including myself, one of the 5 classmates, each gets a flower. But the only problem is that I had no way to carry a flower home. Basically, they want us to carry the flowers back to our moms. But I had no way taking it home because I wanted to be on my phone when I was riding school bus home because I needed to pass the time until I get to my house. Because my house is like a few stops before mine. So honestly, I had no way to get flowers, put my flowers somewhere that it doesn't get ruined. I couldn't put it in my backpack because it will rot in my backpack. I tried asking the staff for help, and they didn't even do anything. They did not even give me a perfect advices. Nothing helped. All they were telling me is that if I wasn't going to bring my flowers home, that I would just left it behind, which they should have never told me that, because that was kind of disrespectful. You know what I mean, folks? I didn't like the way how the staff were treating me, all because I was telling them how am I supposed to take the flowers home without getting it ruined, without getting it stomped on, without getting it rotted. It was ridiculous. And they were expecting me to do everything myself. But honestly, folks, just because when you're in adulthood doesn't mean you don't deserve kindness and support. You do deserve kindness and support. Why? Because if adults ask for help, then they need help. They really do need help. Okay? If you were a staff member and you were an adult with autism or an adult with any other disabilities and you asked for help, you help them. You help an autistic adult or an adult who has a reading disability or a writing disability or a learning disability or even ADHD or even Down syndrome or even cerebral palsy. You don't get to just leave them there and expect to do everything themselves. That's not cool. Because what your job is, what you're supposed to do, is that you're supposed to help people who sometimes, or not always, can do it themselves. Alright? Because if someone asks for your help, you do it. You don't get to say, do everything yourself. Because if everybody has to do everything themselves, why does self-advocacy even exist? You know what I mean? Because When you ask for your help when you need it, that's called advocating for yourself. Okay? If you ever feel the same way as I have, you should never feel ashamed for what you had to deal with today. Okay? This is why that one day I want to create a world for people like me to not go through this kind of stress that they had to go through, that I had to go through. Okay? Self-advocacy matters. Kindness and support matters. Alright? Well, that's going to be it for this motivational topic. Hope you enjoyed this topic. And if anybody has anything to say, leave a comment down below. Love y'all life. Eat pizzas. Disabilities Smith, making the world a better place.